Hey, my name is Jacqueline Cousins, and today we're going to talk about Public Enemy, the Public Enemy movie, that old movie that I was been looking at for a long time, and I saw it a whole bunch of times. That movie was made in 1996, and the cast is Leah Bess, Teresa Russell, Richard Eden, Brent o- Opotnick, Trevor Meek, Joseph Lindsay, Joseph Dane, James Marsden. He made some great movies. Gavin Harrison and J. Edgar Hoover, Dan Cortez, Elisa Milano, and Eric Roberts, the legendary. It was directed by Mark L. Lester, and it was directed by Mark L. Lester, and it was hour and 30 minutes. So so this video is about young Kate and how she was able to survive her pedophile father and survive on her own. So the main story is it takes place in the 1930s. The main story takes place in the 1930s, but it starts way back when Kate was young. She started at she started her life off as a narrator. She started off by saying, I was born in Ozark in 1886 in Springfield, Missouri. That's where Jesse James was born. Jesse James was an outlaw back in the 1800s, the late 1800s. She claimed that her mother died when she was 3. Her dad couldn't find a job, but he could find time to molest his own daughter. As you could see, the way he was staring at her while she was playing Amazing Grace, the dude looked like a pedophile. The way he touched her and all, and she was looking at him like she didn't even want to be around him. This sick predator tells his daughter all the time she had to take care of her father and her 2 older brothers. She looked like she was going to cry. Here's how young Kate had a chance to fight off her sick predator. Her sick predator father got up, went to the bedroom. Soon as his back was turned, young Kate grabs the pot. She grabs the pot and started hitting him and runs out the house. Her 2 older brothers standing there watching her. Her predator comes out and yells, "Get your sister, goddammit!" Her brothers was looking her brothers were steady basically looking stupid. They did what their father says, and look what happened. She grabbed the stick and hit them, both of them, and start running. Predator Predator runs out with a bleeding head from being hit by a pot. She's like, "That's right. You just keep running, little girl." And she kept on running. Ran behind the trees and stuff. Now we get to grown up Kate in Ozark Mountains. She's still in the Ozark. This is 1905. Back she started selling moonshine as a dude. Women didn't do that in those days. Back in the day, women weren't even allowed to sell liquor. She was selling moonshine to this dude named George Barker. He didn't even know who that was a woman. So they get to talking, and next thing you know, sheriff comes out of nowhere and starts shooting. Kay looks up and was like, "God damn, move!" And then one of them escaped from the sheriff. And then while the 2 of them escape from the sheriff, Kate Barker grabs a gun, shoots at the sheriff, and she can't even shoot worth crap. She missed she missed one shot at the sheriff, the sheriff ended up hitting her in the leg, shooting her in the leg. Then they quickly hide from the bushes from the sheriff. Yes, George Barker included. After the sheriff scared them off, she grabbed one of the moonshines. I don't know, he's probably investigating or something, I don't know. He took off with it on a horse. He was riding a horse as she was going after Kate Barker. So I don't know if he grabs the liquor and rode off in the horse. George took Kate, still a dude, to his house. She was still injured. Next thing you know, he was about to do an operation on her leg, like he trying to take the bullet out, right? Using a knife and all. She was ready. He asked her if she was ready. She was still drinking the moonshine. He pokes the nail. She jumps off and slams her head on the bed and exposes herself. George was acting all shocked. Like, Jesus Lord, I thought you was a man. She thinks it's no big deal. She thinks it's no big deal. It's good for business. I hope you know what you're doing. She had the nerve to criticize his operation skills. She had the nerve to criticize his operation skills. George learned to pick a bullet out of the room from shooting turkeys. He was hunting turkeys for dinner. Probably. She said, I ain't no turkey. When George said she never seen a lady moonshiner before, she then goes on saying, I have the right to do anything a man does by shooting a gun and by shooting that gun and making money a man's way. Lots of it. I'm gonna give myself a good life. That don't mean you had to get yourself shot for it. She complains about the sheriff who always interrupted her liquor business. Her liquor business. George convinced her to try something else. George shared his ideas to her that he was going to build a roll stake to his own house, which is his own place, and be his own boss. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what he's going to do after that. And Kate thinks it's a million miles from here. Kate thought it was a million miles from there. He said he had some ideas, but didn't say what kind of ideas he had. All I know is he's planning on building a road state. I wonder what that is. He said he's going to hire a boss who pays him every Friday to work for him and then fire him, which I don't understand how he's going to do that. But she thought what seemed to be, but Kate seemed to be excited about it. Kate wanted to just get rich and live in a place like one of those fancy places she dreamed of. George warned her not to get herself killed. The first thing she needs to do is not get herself killed. The story fades on to George teaching Kate how to read, but she gets upset because she was struggling to read. She throws the book down, and Kate tried to calm her down. And Kate's like, "Oh, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I know my ABCs. I just don't feel like showing off right now. That's all." George asked her an honest question, like, "Well, how you gonna get rich and live in fancy places if you can't even learn to read?" Kate's like, "By finding every inch of the way." Kate got that hustle. Well, Kate Barker had that hustle mentality from her pedophile father, her pedophile dad. I think what George was teaching her to do is to help her find her purpose in life. Kay was saying that she wanted a stable life with a family, and as she was saying that, she started falling head over heels for George. George Barker has nothing going on for himself other than picking cotton or picking what he's a day picker. I don't know what the hell he picks off stuff off of the field. What does he pick off the field? I don't even know. I didn't even see what he was picking off the field. So he don't have nothing going on in his life. He has some ideas, but he haven't put it into good use yet. But Kate Barker likes him, and then they started fell in love. So that's it. That's it for the Public Enemy 1996. I hope you like my review. Until then, love you all and good night.